Hey everybody, it's Scotty from Scotty's Record Shop with what's going to be a March vinyl finds. It's, I don't know, 2025 albums that I found over the last 3 weeks or whatever. It's been quite the last couple of weeks. Uh, there's two or three directions I want to go in here. Let me deal with this first. Not to get into personal stuff or drama or anything like that, but have been kind of disconnected. A couple of people that I've known quite well uh, over the course of my life. Two people in a week and a half passed away, and they weren't very old. I mean, we're talking 50s, early 60s at the most. So I know some of you probably think, oh, that's kind of old, but when you get into your 40s and your 50s, that's not that old anymore. It's kind of weird how that works. But so that kind of threw me for a loop. Work, home life. You guys all know what stuff is like. So trying my best to keep up with everybody's comments and stuff like that. And if you're feeling neglected, I apologize. There's been a lot going on. I did put out a video last week, week and a half, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, with some questions that I had, looking for a little help from the VC. And I want to thank everybody who offered up help. A lot of really nice people in the VC, and cleared up some questions that I'd had kind of lingering, and there was some issues about where to buy, some of the best places to buy vinyl online. Not to get into that whole thing, but not too many record stores where I'm at. So got some great things from that. Want to send a shout out to Wes at Dixieland, right? Dixieland Farms. I'll probably get this all messed up, but I apologize. He offered some what I would refer to as constructive criticism, which I actually really, really, really appreciated. There was one other person in the VC who I'm not going to glorify by saying their name, but was an absolute jerk. But I hope you are a happy person someday. That's all I have to say. But everybody else was awesome, and like I said, Wes, thank you, buddy. Let's get into the vinyl, I guess. We're going to see if this new format, I'm not going to be as stressed about getting everything done in 10 minutes. I'm not going to run this for an hour either, but hopefully I've made the proper adjustments where I'm not going to get shut off after 10 minutes trying to upload a video. So let's go through some of this stuff, okay? Okay. A lot of interesting stuff, mixed genres in this kind of, this, some stuff that would be kind of country pop, some just regular pop, some AOR. You'll see. Let's go through. Guess what I finally found? If you guys know about my attempt to make a Bob Seger video, getting halfway through artist profile, it's like, oh, I thought I had this one. Well, I do now. The great thing about this, or one of the great things about this one, is it's got a beautiful, I love the cover to this album, Against the Wind, Bob Seger. But it's got a really beautiful custom label as well. Really nice. On Capitol. 1980 for this one. Get this back in here. My fingers are not working very well this morning for some reason. So there will be a Bob Seger profile, artist profile, coming up there very shortly. Along with somebody else that I found. I guess this is not, yeah, this could be another artist profile because I got pretty much everything now by these guys. The Jefferson Starship. And this is Dragonfly. Dragonfly? 1974 on Grunt. Grunt Records. I think I'm missing a couple of Jefferson Airplane albums, and that's about it. This was one that I wanted for a long time, and I was patient and found for 99 cents in excellent shape. The first Blood, Sweat, and Tears album, 1968. And this one, just for the sake of showing you guys, is an original press on the Capital 360 label. I believe this was 68 when this one came out. Really cool record. Really like Blood, Sweat, and Tears. I'm missing some of the later stuff, mid-70s, later 70s stuff, but I got all the early stuff. Collecting some records from the year that I was born, which was 1966. When I get closer to my birthday, I'm hoping to do a video. I know that there was a thread where, you know, show records from when you were born. I wanted to do it closer to my birthday, and I wanted it to allow me some more time to get some stuff. This is one of them that I was looking for. The Mamas and the Papas. Fantastic record. This is a stereo pressing on Dunhill. When I picked this up, I got this online from a person's recommendation of a record store online, and when I first pulled it out, it had it said even on the description. So it said, you know, there was some paper sleeve kind of scuffing, and I looked at it. I'm like, some. My first reaction was, oh my God, this is really not good. I think I'm going to be pissed. And then I played it, and it's like, it was great. It doesn't look great, but it played great. So I'm not going to complain. You know, it didn't really cost me that much, but it played fantastic. Any of you singer-songwriter people who appreciate that type of music will like this. An early Carly Simon album, Anticipation, 1972 for this one. This is on the Elektra label, and it is, you can see it, it's on the darker Elektra label. You can see it with that little thing on here, but yeah. So, first pressing for this, a very good album. I like Carly Simon, James Taylor, Jackson Browne, that type of stuff. Always have, because that's pretty much what I grew up listening to. There is a custom sleeve in here as well. Inner sleeve. Very nice. Oh, it would help if I held it up, wouldn't it? Yeah. And some lyrics on the back as well. Very good find. Pretty inexpensive. A lot of these are stuff I probably could have found at my record store, my favorite little haunt, the Record Connection, for like $1. And I probably paid, you know, a couple bucks for some of these. And but I hadn't seen these there in the times that I'd been, so I figured I'll grab them. Okay. Another one where it was in the description it said, okay, there's some paper scuffs on here, and there were quite a few. And again, the first reaction was, I don't know how this is going to play. The great thing about these older albums is that these deep groove albums, they can be a little more beat up and they'll still play fine. Just the nature of it. You know, you get a little ding on something that was pressed in the late 80s, and it's like, it seems like, forget about it. So visually, this would grade probably a very good. Plays very good plus, really does. So the cover's in great shape. Again, something from the year that I was born. You'll see this one again. The Lovin' Spoonful and Daydream. What a day for a daydream. I was singing this one at work with a coworker, a nurse that I work with, who's a little older than I am. This is definitely his generation. And told him that I'd found this album, and we had a nice little discussion about it. And, great album on Kama Sutra. Yeah, I'll show you real quickly the original Kama Sutra label, in case you don't know what that looks like. Yeah, that's what that looks like. This is from early '66. I'm going to have that song in my head, Daydream. Got another Lovin' Spoonful album to show you here in a little bit too. This next record, I'm always fascinated about how society's kind of changed and how quickly it can change, and how that change is very evident in music and stuff. This is going to be 2 covers from the same artist from 10 years apart, and you're just going to see how society has changed and how things change. I've always liked Olivia Newton-John, probably a little too much. I had a minor crush on her when I was younger. 1975, this was one of the few early albums I didn't have. It's an album called Clearly Love. Now, take a look at this cover. This is cute, sweet, little, innocent, you know, girl, whatever. Got kind of a god-awful version of Summertime Blues on here, but something better to do. It's not a bad album. It's one of these from when I was a kid. And didn't have it, lost it, and needed it again. So anyway, there's that cover. Sweet little innocent Olivia Newton-John. Okay. Put that down. I'll deal with that later. Let's look at this cover. 10 years later. Okay, we've come a long way, haven't we? For better or for worse. That's how you want to look at it. 1985. The album Soul Kiss. Not her best work, but I think the only Olivia Newton-John album I'm missing now is her first one on Uni. She covered Bob Dylan track, If Not For You. Had her first hit with that, and really a tougher album to find. It's not going to show up in a dollar bin. Well, I mean, it could, and boy, that would be a good day. But you know, it's a little bit more of a pricey item, but I will get that sometime soon. It's on my list. This was probably the record I paid the most for out of this pile. It's worth it. Again, from '66. The first Buffalo Springfield album. Fantastic record. Didn't have this on vinyl. Got a lot of stuff by Buffalo Springfield on disc. This is not a first pressing. This is actually a second pressing on Atco. As you can see, the yellow label. So this is dated, what, late 68, 69, early 70s. Fantastic record. Still don't have very much, like I said. I think this is the first. No, I've got one other Buffalo Springfield. I think I got the best of on vinyl, but I got to get more. Been really in a Buffalo Springfield mood, in a Birds mood, stuff like that. All right. Yes. The Yes Songs album. This finishes my Yes collection. This was one of those. It was listed only as very good, and I figured I'll give it a try. It was like $3. I figured I'd give it a try and see what happens. This was in really good shape. For very good, I'll take it. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get out, but it's a very thick album, triple album, great Yes album. This is everything in it. I believe this has got a poster in it as well. But very cool stuff. What do we got here? The Other Lovin' Spoonful album. Hums of the Lovin' Spoonful. This came out later, '66. They slapped on Summer in the City, which was a big hit for them in the summer of '66, and this is just a great record. Nashville Cats is on here, I believe. It was a fantastic record from them. Another one on original pressing, Kama Sutra. This is one that the cover's a little stained. The record's in really good shape. This is one of these things. I listened to this album over and over and over again when I was in college. Just became my favorite Joni Mitchell album. That I had it on CD, but finally got it. On vinyl. Ladies of the Canyon, 1970. This is an original pressing on Reprise Records. Gatefold cover. Very nice. Getting close to wrapping up my my Stevie Wonder. There's going to be a Stevie Wonder video coming up here pretty soon, and this is one of these weird ones. Kind of surf. I'm not to get into the whole story of Stevie Wonder was in a couple of movies in 65-ish, 64, 65, and they were like surf movies. You know how those surf movies with Annette Funicello and stuff were very popular back then. Well, he sang in a couple of movies, and they ended up putting out an album related to that. Stevie at the Beach. One of the few that I didn't have. I'm missing one Stevie Wonder album. It was supposed to be in the mail a while ago. Getting a little aggravated about it. And that's a live album from 1970. I'm just going to have to do something about it. I'm probably just going to end up doing the artist profile without it. But this is great. It's on the original Tamla. For those of you who've never seen that, I'm sure most of you have, but an interesting record. You gotta kind of be in the mood for this one. It's, you know, they were trying to find a way for Stevie, you know, find his place in music, even though he had a big hit with Fingertips and stuff. But this album was kind of lost in the scheme of things. It's not a bad album, though. Okay. Another group from my childhood that I really dug, Bread. Mellow, love music. This was the last album I needed. I need an upgrade of Best of Volume 2 only because of the cover. It's a little beat up, but it's a gatefold. This is Lost Without Your Love. Not a bad record. 1977. They got back together and made one more album. You know, what can I say about this album? It's typical Bread, and I don't mean that as a slam. If you like Bread, you'll like this record, you know, more than likely. And this is on Elektra. It's an original pressing. Some AOR for you guys. The Babies. Love the Babies. This is their first album. Got to get the sticker off here, though. From 1976 or 77. Great thing about this, I'll show you the label on this one, is that it's on the original Chrysalis label. Not on that baby blue or blue-white Chrysalis label that you see this on a lot more. This is an original pressing, so not a bad record for the Babies. Really like the Babies. Put that here. Another Babies album. On the Edge. I think I'm pretty much done with my Babies collection. I mean, there was only like, what, 5 or 6 albums. Including the best of, or anthology as it's called. So, I think that wraps it up for me. This was a real cool find. And really inexpensive. Really happy to find this. I love the Atlanta Rhythm section. I'll always love the Atlanta Rhythm section. Yeah. My dentures are falling out. Atlanta Rhythm section. Their third album. This was the first one on Polydor. Third annual Pipe Dream. It's got Dorville on it. This is just where they really kind of got it together. The first 2 albums were originally on Decca. I have them on a compilation of sorts that was issued in the mid-70s on MCA. So I do have the first 2 albums, but I don't have original pressings. They're a lot harder to find, but I'm happy with what I got. I think the only album I'm missing now by these guys is the Double Live album. It's a great record as well. The Electric Light Orchestra's Greatest Hits. I just didn't have this. Had it as a kid, and just one of those great records. If you want a quickie Electric Light Orchestra fix, this will do it for you. Another one from the year that I was born, Paul Revere and the Raiders, Spirit of 67. Even though it says Spirit of 67, it came out in 66. This isn't a bad copy, and it's on the original Columbia 360 label, and it is a mono pressing. Back cover's a little, you know, but overall it's in decent shape. Another Paul Revere on the Raiders record. Revolution, 1967, I believe this was. Another original pressing. This is a stereo pressing, I believe. Yep, stereo pressing on Columbia. Just a few more, guys. The best of Sam, the Sham, and the Pharaohs. Yes, sir. Bole, bole. Anyway, this is on the original MGM label. Sam, the Sham, and the Pharaohs on tour. These aren't in bad shape. I wouldn't go mint, but they're definitely keepers. Oh, another Paul Revere in the Raiders. This was in the pile that I got. I have this already. Just a matter of finding out which copy is better. This is an original pressing too. I think this is a stereo. I have to check. Mine may be a mono, so I may be keeping both of these. So, and one last one. Not in the best of shape. Some spine issues here. But Tommy James and the Shondells. And Hanky Panky. And these I haven't cleaned these up yet. They should play fine. They just need a good bath. Nothing that my record cleaning machine can't handle, I'm sure. Alrighty. So hopefully this video wasn't an hour and a half long, and hopefully YouTube will allow me to upload it. Anyway, thank you again to everybody who watches. Thank you to everybody who subscribes to my channel. If you've got any questions, comments, concerns, PM me or leave me a message at the bottom. But I guess until next time, peace and love.